I can craft stuff actually, but I mean, I don't have much. Maybe I'll do. Okay, let's do. Actually, I'll craft a bit. Yeah, 10, sure. Put your gear. Yeah, but what gear? This is why Wyvern isn't real. If this was Banshee, 580 gear. 580 gear score PCs. Wyvern, nothing. Wyvern isn't real, man. Wyvern isn't real. Alright, so welcome everyone to Banshee crafting guide. Big content today, yes. So, first point, when to farm Banshee. If you're a new player and you consider playing turn 2 and like you want to play turn 2, you should start farming Banshee after, I'd say like 3 months of Wyvern. You want to at least have a couple of Soul Weavers and Knights with okay-ish gear. Like don't farm Banshee before that. Like do at least 3 months of Wyvern and then you can go Banshee. Then if you're not a new player, if you're not a new player, if you want to play turn 2, you can basically farm Banshee your entire life. It's 4 good sets, so you can farm Banshee your entire life. And if you're a speed player, I think you should consider farming Banshee when your core speed units are very far from a significant upgrade on left side. Because like making your run 1 or 2 speed faster, like, I mean it's nice, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't actually matter all that much. Whereas having a decently geared Karina, I think Karina isn't the best example because you can be builder on speed gear, but having a decently geared Shu, for instance, even a decent Arya on lifesteal, it's honestly, it's really nice. Like it's a really nice fallback. It's a really nice fallback. Like for instance, Potato Balls, who's like one of the premier cleavers, he plays counter melee as an anchor, and it's really, really annoying to face. So yeah, if you're a speed player, you want to build a few bruisers. If you don't have a significant speed upgrade for your left side, or for your core units, I think you can farm a couple of months on Banshees, and maybe not a couple of months, but like a few unbuffs of Banshee can be really beneficial for your account. Alright, then what to craft? Okay, that's something Biru asks me a lot, but I'm not sure. Like, you just craft, no? You just craft? I mean, you just craft. So, okay, let's pull up my freebird. Like, this is how I proceed when I'm crafting. You don't have to do that, obviously, but this is what I do when I craft. Let me show you. Okay. So right now, those are my core units, right? So Arya, 76, 78, 76. Bellona, 80, 75, 60, 67. So 67 on left side is bad. Like on a browser, it's really fucking bad. So getting an upgrade here is actually fairly significant. Like it depends how much gear score it is, right? If it's an upgrade of like 2 to 3 gear score, it's not really worth it. But getting a 75 counter chest is actually very doable. So right now I'm farming for an upgrade for her chest, because I can get like 10 more gear score, which is actually a pretty big. So I'm farming for Bellona right now. So what I'm doing is I'm just crafting chest, and I'm epping crafting counter chest. That's it. Like that's basically it. And then once I'm done with that, I'll go back to Golem, because this unit, that's also one of my core units. She has a 69 gear score weapon. So I'll be crafting weapon to try and get a better one. Like that's how I proceed basically. Now, when your core units are already pretty good, when you feel good about them and you can't make a significant upgrade, which is like, honestly, like what I'm doing for Samia, for instance, not really worth it. Like you have to be realistic, it's not worth it. At best, I'm gonna get like 5 more gear score. It's not worth farming for. But yeah, if you can, so a significant upgrade for me would be 10 plus gear score. if you can't make a 10 plus gear score upgrade on one of your main core unit, that's something that you draft very often, then you can just look at your gear and craft what you're missing. So for instance, when I don't know what to craft for Banshee, you can do two things. Either you can save mats, like there's nothing wrong with saving mats. Like you don't have to craft because you have mats, you can just wait. If you're fine with your units right now, you can just wait. Like you save your mats for until you have something you really want, right? Like for instance, if I had saved mats until recently, I would have spent everything on crafting for Bellona. But I didn't, so now I'm just farming Banshee again. But yeah, anyway. If you don't know, if you still want to craft, you basically look for what you're missing. So for instance, for me, I know already I'm missing a significant amount of ER elms for my soul weavers. I have like 4. I have, so 1, 2, but it's on Karina, but yeah, 2, 3. This is effectiveness, I don't want to mod it, so 3, 4. I have 4. I think, okay, I have 5. Like, this is bad, this is 65. I have 5 elms for soul weavers, that's it. Like, that's a very, very low amount. So, when I don't know what to craft for Banshee, I just craft ER elms. And I think that's that's basically how you proceed. You craft what you're missing, right? And like, if you don't know what you're missing, you just take a lot of your... honestly, like, you're gonna know what you're missing if you play your account, because you're gonna be like, yeah, I wanna build this unit, but I'm missing this. Like, it's gonna be fairly obvious, fairly fast. But if you still don't know what you're missing, you just look at your gear. Like, for instance, if I look at my lifesteal gear, lifesteal weapons, what do we have above 70? Like, 10 weapons, something like that. But now I look at crit rate, everything has crit rate. And when you gear Banshee units, very, very often you're gonna be on crit damage neck, on crit chance neck, sorry, which means you don't want crit chance on left side. So actually I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 lifesteal weapons above 70. That's nothing. Like, that's actually nothing. So I can craft weapons fairly easily. Like, I know it won't be a waste. Like, I know it won't be a waste, because I don't have a lot of options. So yeah, that's basically how you proceed. you just look at what you're missing and then you craft accordingly. But like, that's the second option, right? Like, first option, you just have a unit you want to gear, so you just craft for them. But like, yeah, this is fairly obvious, right? Anyway. Next. What stats to look for? Okay, honestly, on Banshee, almost everything is good. Like, I'm not even kidding, almost everything is good. The main thing is you want high gear score. Like, almost everything is good. The only bad stat I would say for Banshee is effectiveness. Effectiveness, if you have a piece with effectiveness, you want tank stats. Like, that's it. Something with effectiveness is only gonna be good with tank stats, unless it's on lifesteal. Unless it's on lifesteal, then it can be okay for Cerato. Like, this is my Cerato right now, for instance. But it's the only unit like that. Like, you only have 1 unit, so... Yeah, this is my Cerato right now. 15 effectiveness on weapon, and 9 on chest. Because you don't want speed, so you don't have anything else to go for. But yeah, like, that's it. Effectiveness, you don't want it, unless... it's on ER set, and it's tank stats. Because then you can give it to Solitaria, you can give it to AOL, you can give it to units like that. But aside from that, it's useless. Like, effectiveness is the worst stat in the game if you play Banshee. You almost never want to see. Okay, flat HP all tech, it's bad, but it's not that bad. Okay, flat HP on left side, no. Like, flat HP on left side, no. Like, you can't fodder it. You don't want flat HP on left side. You don't want flat attack on left side as well. On the right side, you can. Like, I'm actually serious, on the right side you can. For instance, I have a few pieces, I think. Let me check. if I go counter flat attack. So for instance, this neck. It's 2 rolls into flat attack, right? So you can say it's pretty bad, but it's already 69 gear score even with that. And then if I give it to something like Ravi, which is a counter unit who is a really low base attack, so look at that. I have a 70 gear score, even though it's 2 rolls, actually 2 rolls into flat attack, I still have a 70 gear score neck. So on right side, don't dismiss flat. Like, I'm not even kidding, don't dismiss flat, it's not that bad. You can actually get really good PCs with flat on the right side. Even with flat HP, it's obviously it's not great, but you can still get decent PCs. So for instance, something like that. Flat HP, still 71 gear score. And if I were to give you to someone like argument, mages are really low base HP. So look at that. It's 72. It's actually 5%, so it's like a min roll, which isn't bad. It's not actually bad, it's just a min roll, but that's okay. It's not that bad. So yeah, when you get PCs even with flat HP, you can actually roll them. Assuming everything else is good, obviously, but don't dismiss flat stats, you can still get decent PCs. Main thing, you can almost roll anything as long as it can roll high gear score. Like, that's the main thing. You need to be able to recognize when something rolls well and when it can roll well. But honestly, it's gonna come with time. Like, there's no right explanation from that. Like, it sounds a bit like it's a bit bad to say for a guide, but if you're not sure about a piece, like if you get a red piece and you're not sure, it looks okay, but you're not sure if you should roll it, just put it in storage. Like, you have 1 billion storage space right now. Just put it in storage. You'll know later. Because almost everything is usable on Banshee. The main thing to know is that, do you already have pieces like that? And what gear score they are? Like, that's it. That's basically it. Because you want building Banshee units like a puzzle, basically. Like, you want to mix and match with your left side and right side. You don't want, like, for instance, you can have like this. Look at this, for instance. This is my Bellona weapon. It's 46% attack, which is a shit ton of attack, right? But then I just make it up by having my helm and my chest. I mean, chest obviously, but like my helm, my neck, and my ring having almost no attack. Like, it's actually just a mix and match. You just want high gear score PCs and then you mix and match. But to mix and match, you actually need a very, very large amount of gear. Like, that's the thing with Banshee. You need a lot of gear. Like, look at my gear and look what amount I'm using. Yeah, this is my gear score. Look at this. Look at this. Like, almost nothing is in use. Almost nothing is in use. It's because you basically mix and match with Banshee. Like, that's it. It's not like Wyvern where you just want speed and pure DPS. So it's not so much a mix and match, because all your rolls are gonna be into speed almost, right? So it's much less of a mix and match and just stacking speed. With Banshee, it's not the case at all, because most of your units, like most browsers, are gonna want like 5 to 6 stats, like sometimes 7. So yeah, you're gonna need to have a lot of options to make really good looking browsers. I don't have to feel bad about modding out effectiveness on a lifesteal piece even though I low gear score. You don't. Like, you actually don't, because effectiveness worse stat for Banshee. Like, actually the worst stat. But yeah, you need a shit ton of options for left side to build your units. Like, if you look at my right side, yeah, suddenly a lot more pieces are in use, right? Like, a lot more pieces are in use. If you look at left side though, you want options. Like, if you want to build good looking browsers and units in general, you want options. So, oh yeah, I didn't say, but like, always craft left side. I feel like it's fairly, like, everyone knows by now, but always craft left side, never craft right side. It's infinite cope. You don't craft right side at all. You just craft left side until you have 1 billion options, and then once you have those billion options, you'll be able to build a really good browser. Like, that's it. Because you're gonna be very limited with your right side, so you need to be able to make up for it with your left. So yeah, that's basically it. Alright, next. Okay, so what stats to look for? Everything except effectiveness, basically. No spam craft right side into PT left, no. 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 Golem farm. Now this is a Banshee farm. I'll make a golem farming guide later if you want. But golem is good to farm if you're a Banshee main. Like, it's a good secondary hunt if you're a Banshee main. Okay, when to stop rolling? This is actually kinda tricky. When to stop rolling, it's something where you need to know your gear. Like, you need to know your gear to know when to stop rolling. So, when you roll a piece, it's because like, you roll a piece for two reasons, right? I mean, for one main reason, it can roll high gear score. Now, if it keeps min rolling, it's not bad to keep going. Like, it's not bad to have pieces that aren't that high gear score, as long as you don't have any other options. So, for instance, something, I have a pretty good example with this. Like, this is only 68, which for me, on left side, it's pretty low. Obviously, if you're a new player or new to Banshee, it's decent, but like, for me, it's pretty low. But I kept rolling, and I kept it for one reason. At the time, like, not anymore, obviously, but at the time, this was really, really good for Wayong. And I had no other pieces like that, so I kept rolling even though I knew that it was gonna be low gear score. Because it's like, even if it's low gear score, like, even if it's a bit low on gear score, it's better than not having anything, right? Like, it's not... if a unit isn't gear, then she's 0 gear score. Like, so it's better to have a 400 gear, like even a 350 gear score unit than having an ungear unit, right? So yeah, you need to know your account to know exactly when to stop rolling. But honestly, like, you can calculate gear score fairly easily, right? You calculate gear score if something can't roll above, I'd say 65. For a browser piece. Above 65 for a browser piece, you can let it go. Like, in my opinion, you can let it go. It's not worth it. Like, if you're in doubt and something is at +9, so yeah, for instance, you have a piece at +9, you look at the gear score, and then you add 2 max rolls, and it can't roll above 65, you can let it go. It's not worth the gold. Like, it's just not worth the gold. Gold is too valuable in this game, gold and charms. Like, yeah, if the best case scenario for your piece is like 65, just let it go, in my opinion. Because chances are it's gonna roll like 60, you're just gonna waste a shit ton of gold. And it's honestly not worth it. What do you think about KDs over Golem as secondary hunt? It's good as well. It's honestly, if you main Banshee, KDs, Golem, and Wyvern are all good secondary hunts. It's really up to you. It depends what you prefer. Alright. So that was when to stop rolling, yes. Speed checking. Okay, speed checking. It depends. Like, it can be worth it, don't get me wrong. If you're a Wyvern main, that's coming to Banshee to gear a few bruisers, yes, you speed check. Like, you're gonna speed check everything for sure. Now, if you're a turn 2 player, that only cares about playing turn 2, I wouldn't speed check. Like, I don't think it's worth it. You can speed check red pieces. It's okay. You can speed check red pieces, but don't speed check purple. Like, you're just gonna lose a billion gold for free. It's not worth it. Honestly, I wouldn't do it. It's too much gold for me. In my opinion, it's too much gold. Like, gold is very limited in this game, so in my opinion, it's too much gold. Because, like, gold is the actual resource, right? It's not... you can throw it out the window. It doesn't work like that. Like, some people have, like, a billion mats or, like, a billion Skystone that they can't refresh, but are like... it's okay, it's fine, I'll get to it eventually, but, like, when? Like, if you keep speed checking, you'll never get to it. It doesn't work like that. like if your current process nets you a negative, a net negative in gold, then it's not a good process. Like you're never gonna get into positive, right? So you're never gonna get to actually refresh your sky stones or craft your mats. Like you're just gonna, the game is gonna announce an end of service at some point, and you're gonna be like, well, I have 3 billion mats, and I guess no point, right? So yeah, gold's actually a fairly important resource in this game. So if you only want to play turn 2, I wouldn't speed check purple, but speed checking red is definitely worth it. Like red is for sure worth it. I think that's it. Alright. Alright, yeah, that's it for this Banshee crafting guide. I hope it was. I hope it helped. Yeah, I hope it helped. I'm not sure it did, but hopefully it was. Hopefully it helped a few of you. Alright, thanks everyone. Alright, that's it for YouTube.